Well, welcome everyone. If you're joining us live or you are watching the recording, we want to thank you for coming to our presentation on this amazing Baltic cruise with Holland America. I am Suzanne Klasen, and my husband Steve and I own CruiseOne in Sholo, Arizona. And we are so excited that you came to learn about this. So here's a look at the itinerary. You can see all of the amazing cities all along the Baltic that you're going to be able to visit during this cruise. And it is aboard, I'm super excited, the Holland America Rotterdam ship, which is a gorgeous newer ship. It's very light-filled, open spaces. Great choice if you love music, food, and you like exploring. So tonight's agenda, we're going to talk about the 14-night cruise. We're going to talk a little bit about what you can expect from Holland America in terms of your onboard experience. And we'll talk about our exclusive discounts and our extra perks that we're giving you and get ready to go. We hope you join us for this amazing cruise. So just to tell you a little bit about our agency, we're a very proactive agency. We look for great deals and great opportunities that we can put together for our clients so that we're giving them something more, something better than what they would be able to get just going directly with the cruise line itself. We build long-term collaborative relationships with our clients, and we work together with them to make sure that every aspect of their cruise is seamless and well attended to, and they have a fabulous dream vacation. These are just some of the places we have traveled in our recent years. We love to travel, and we consider our own travel an investment in our business because we experience things, we learn things, and then we are able to, when our clients are ready to go and do that destination, we've got firsthand experience. We can give them all kinds of special tips and tricks of the trade, and again, make their whole experience more enriching because we've been there before. Just some quick advantages of working with our agency. You've got an insider working on your behalf. I am in communication with folks from Holland America every single day, and we meet with them at our conferences and different events throughout the year. So we are building relationships with them so that when we need something for our clients, we know who to go to. You've got all of our expert planning assistants. I know that one size doesn't fit all, so I have a very consultative planning process. And we have a low price guarantee. You'll never pay more going through us than you will going directly with the cruise lines. And quite often we have a better deal. And then help is just a phone call away. We don't have a long hold queue or an AI assistant. Either myself or my Tucson office manager, Lauren, will answer the phone, and or you'll get our voicemail and we'll call you right back. So we are always here to help you. We've been sailing with Holland America now, Steve and I, for 33 years. You look at that picture over here on the bottom right, that is Steve on our honeymoon in 1993 on a Holland America ship. And of course, the ships have gotten bigger and better and more spectacular over the years, but still with that great Holland America personalized experience. And those are just some of the cruises that we've done with them. We've done long cruises with them. So I can speak from experience. Twice in the last 2 years, I've spent 28 days on a Holland America ship and was not bored for a single second. They do a great job of keeping you busy. This is a great time for you to have it all. This particular cruise still has the have it all early booking bonus, which is great. You get the elite, that's the premium beverage package. You get the free prepaid crew appreciation or gratuities. It's the same thing. You get the premium Wi-Fi, and you get $200 for this cruise, $200 per person shore excursion credit. You get 2 nights of specialty dining, and you, of course, get a low price guarantee. So booking early with Holland is the way to go. So here's another look at that itinerary. There's so many beautiful places that I'm going to start going through them one by one to just kind of let you know what you can do in each of the port. There's a map that shows you where we're going to be. Again, it's a beautiful, amazing itinerary. So we start off in Rotterdam, and these are some of my own pictures. One of the famous things in Rotterdam is their central market, where they have all kinds of fancy cheeses and gourmet foods that you can buy. They also have a lot of interesting modern architecture in Rotterdam. Much of Rotterdam was destroyed at the beginning of World War II. So when Rotterdam rebuilt, they decided to make it a modern city. So there's a few old buildings that have been restored, but a lot of it is new development. So it makes it a little bit different than some of the other cities that we're going to be visiting throughout this cruise. There's a maritime museum, things that you can do to get up that history in Rotterdam. But the main thing is that you need to remember is that it is a modern city. So our first place, and let me see if I can say this, Kalundborg, Denmark. It has a population of about 16,000 people, excuse me, and it is on Denmark's largest island, which is Zealand. The city that's on the opposite side of that same island is Copenhagen, and it's one of the best preserved medieval towns in Denmark. There's this amazing, unique five-tower church, which is something interesting to see. There is also a modern Kalundborg with shops and cafes. So you get a little bit of the old and a little bit of the new in this amazing city. So then from there, we will head on to Warnemünde, Germany, which is the gateway to Berlin. So when we were there, I guess it was just a little over a year ago, we started in the fishing village of Warnemünde and saw a little bit of that. And then we took a ferry into the big town of Rostock, which is not really that big. So we didn't actually go into Berlin. It was an all-day tour. We just weren't quite up for that. But if you've never been to Berlin, this is a great opportunity for you to take a full-day tour with Holland America. Or if you've been to Berlin before and you want to just stay in the coastal area, go to Rostock. They have a wonderful old, like medieval town. They have a botanical garden, a beautiful Rathaus. So you have some choices of what you want to do here, and you can even stay in Warnemünde. It's a beautiful, cute little coastal town. So do. Then we go to Tallinn, Estonia. And if you like amber, this is your place to buy amber. All the gift shops there sell amber. It is a wonderful, well-preserved medieval old town. It has cobblestone walls and roads. It's got all kinds of craft shops and, of course, those gift shops that sell that amber. It's got a 15th century defense tower and a Gothic town hall that was built in the 13th century. And the St. Nicholas Church, again, is a 13th century landmark. We did our own little walking tour. Holland America offered a inexpensive bus, like $5, $10 a person, just to take you from the port into town. But we actually walked back from town. It wasn't that far. So depending on how much exercise you want to get, you might want to do that. Or you can book an amazing excursion through the town or someplace a little bit more further afield. Then we go to Helsinki, which is considered Finland's southern capital. It has a beautiful central avenue, and let me see if I can say this. It's Mannerheiminti. It's the National Museum, and it traces Finnish history from the Stone Age to the present. It also has on this street there is a Parliament House, and there's also a contemporary art museum. There's all kinds of ornate brick buildings, including the Ouspensky Cathedral. Let me see if I could say that correct. And a waterfront marketplace. That's what we did when we were there. We just took the ship's shuttle bus into the downtown, walked around, saw all these amazing buildings there. You can see like that cathedral there. That's where the shopping street is over in there. There's the Parliament House. That's that old market hall. So lots of things to do there further afield with a shore excursion, or you can explore the town on your own. Next, we head to Stockholm, Sweden, and it is the capital of Sweden. It's built on 14 different islands and has more than 50 different bridges. Has an old town with all kinds of cute little cobblestone streets, a 13th century cathedral. There's also a royal palace, and there is the Nobel Prize Museum is located there. You can do a ferry boat around, do sightseeing boats, shuttle passengers among the island. It's a wonderful town to explore on foot or maybe by boat or by bus. Then we go to Visby. This is a little Swedish island. It's a town on the Swedish island of Gotland. It has a medieval fortification all the way around the town. And it has lots of churches in different states of disrepair. Some are in complete ruin, some are kept up and kept beautiful. There is the St. Mary's Cathedral, which is, and then there's the medieval ruins of the St. Nikolai and the St. Karen Church. This town has a wonderful main square with lots of little shops where you can buy stuff, and cafes where you can have local goodies. You can either take a tour, or Holland America offers an inexpensive bus into town for you to explore on your own. We took the bus in and then we walked back. Again, a lot of these places are close enough to the ship that you can, once you kind of see how far you're going, you can decide, oh, that's only that far, I can walk back. We're going to go to Gdańsk, and this is a new port for us. We have never been to Poland, so we're super excited about that. A lot of the town was destroyed in World War II, and a lot of it was reconstructed in the same old way. So they kept the appearance of the town after World War II. A lot of the buildings have the same facades that they did pre-World War II. It's also famous for this fountain with the Neptune statue. And it was a 17th century symbol of the city. And it has that beautiful bronze statue of the sea god. There's an old town you can wander around there. Again, Holland America will offer some great excursions to Gdańsk, or you can go in and explore on your own, however you want to do it. Kiel, which is the gateway to Hamburg. So we were there 2 years ago. We just explored Kiel on our own and did some shopping and found a wonderful German restaurant and saw this beautiful park. But this time we decided that we're going to take a tour into Hamburg because we've never been to Hamburg. So you have some choices of what to do there. And then Copenhagen. We did Copenhagen by land and sea, and it took us by a little bus from the cruise port to the center of Copenhagen. We had a little time to explore, and then we got on one of those cute little tour boats and we drove all around the islands of Copenhagen. It's a wonderful city. It is a mix of old and new. You can see from these images, this building, I think is called the Black Diamond. There is the Little Mermaid statue, which you go there and you can't believe how many people came out to that little park to see the Little Mermaid statue. It's a very, very, very popular tourist attraction. There's all kinds of different eras of buildings there. So Copenhagen's a very interesting place to explore. And then we head back to Rotterdam in the Netherlands again. And that is the exterior view of that modern market hall that I had the pictures of at the beginning. So it's about 1 hour from Amsterdam. You're going to fly into Amsterdam. There is an airport in Rotterdam, but it is very much a regional airport. Like if you're making a connecting flight from the US or London, it doesn't fly from Heathrow to Rotterdam. So you're going to want to fly into Amsterdam and out of Amsterdam, and we'll help you figure out what kind of shuttle arrangements work the best for you. So now we get to learn about Holland America's experience. And I can tell you, we spent 28 days last year on Holland America on one particular cruise. This is all in a row. We spent 28 days this year on the Best of Alaska. It was the 28-night Alaska cruise. And it is a wonderful experience. Everything that we did, we thoroughly enjoyed, and especially the music program. They have some of the best world-class musicians performing on their ships. So who is Holland America for? If you ask, 9 out of 10 people are going to say it's for old people. But I think it is for anybody who loves to explore, who loves food, who loves music, who loves great service, and of course, someone who wants to have not a huge ship. We don't want to be on that 7,500 passenger ship. We want these nice mid-sized to smaller size ships where we're not overwhelmed with the whole experience. And Holland America has been taking people all over the world for over 150 years. So let's talk about what it's like to be an explorer. And there you see that picture of Steve and I. That is on our little tour boat in Copenhagen. And then I think in that other picture, we might be in Bruges. Is that Tallinn? That might be Estonia. I'm looking at the flags to try to figure out where that is. just, we consider ourselves adventurers. And one of the things we like most about Holland America is that they take you to a lot of places. They have great itineraries. We have done so many cruises with them where we were able to go to places that we didn't do with other cruise lines that maybe gear themselves towards shorter cruises, don't have a lot of long cruises. We love the fact that Holland has a lot of 14, 21, 28, 35-day cruises that we can choose from and take us to places all over the world where we can see and experience new things. They also are great with their food. Now, this says Taste of Alaska. We did get to enjoy the fresh fish program when we were in Alaska for our 28-day cruise, but also when they are in these North Sea areas, they're bringing that fresh fish on daily too. So they have a great fresh, I can say that 10 times fast, fresh fish program, and have wonderful wonderful food that's made from those fresh fish. So it's a really good program. And Morimoto is, of course, an Iron Chef, and he has some pop-up restaurants fleet-wide. He's got some dishes on the formal night menu that are kind of like an extra cost, but they're extra special. So I've enjoyed those occasionally. And then even some of his dishes are in the Lido Marketplace, which is their fast food menu on Holland America. So here's an example of the different kinds of foods that they have. This ship has the pizza restaurant. So they have a dedicated restaurant that does pizza. They also do at some of the sail away parties, they have these little light bites that you can have. The dive-in, best burgers and hot dogs at sea. And then, of course, that wonderful main dining room on Holland America, where you can get surf and turf. I couldn't decide between them, and I knew that fish was fresh. So I got a piece of fish and my steak all on the same plate. The Lido Marketplace, and this is the Lido Marketplace on one of the sister ships. So this is what the Rotterdam is going to look like. It's a newer, more modern ship. They have stations. So it's not a buffet where you just shovel food on your plate. They have stations where they're making your dish kind of a la minute and then handing it to you freshly plated. So it's elegant service in their buffet and lots of different varieties of food. I love the Asian food because they rotate it. They'll do Filipino, they'll do Indonesian, they'll do Chinese, they'll do Japanese, they'll do Thai. So you get a wide variety in the Asian section rotating daily. Great desserts, great sandwiches. And the other thing about this ship is they have two of my favorite specialty restaurants. They've got the Pinnacle Grill and the Canaletto on this ship, but they also have the Rudy's, which is their seafood specialty restaurant. And they have Tamarind, which is their Asian specialty restaurant. And I can highly recommend Tamarind. Lots of different Asian, it's like Pacific Rim, so you can have lots of different varieties of Asian food in those restaurants. Those restaurants are a premium. You do pay extra, but if you book with the Have It All package for a 14-night cruise, you're going to get to have two experiences in those restaurants. And we might have a little surprise for you at the end of the presentation where you might get more. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. We also love the live music at sea. And what we love about this class of ship is they have the music walk. And it's basically 3 lounges that are right near each other. And they have rotating music. So they do Billboard on board, which is their dueling piano, or maybe a solo piano. They do all requests. They do sing-along pianos. They do funny songs. They'll do, like I said, it's all Elton John tonight, or it's all 80s music tonight, all country. A lot of variety of music. And these piano players and singers are extremely talented. Then they also have the B.B. King's Blues Club. And this is the blues club with talent that's curated by the land-based B.B. King Blues Clubs. So you get that authentic blues experience. And then my favorite might be the Rolling Stone Lounge. This is a featured on a lot of their ships as kind of the main party band, but on this ship, it's a 5-piece rock band. And they played a lot of music from the 80s, which I loved. Like they played Journey and the Cars. And it really depends on which ship you're on, what the band plays. Because if it's one where they have just sort of a central hybrid lounge, like the older ships, the band is more of a party band, but on these ships, it is more of a rock band because of the way that the venues are set up. So I love it. It's one of my favorites. They also have a jazz band on these ships as well that plays in the Ocean Lounge. This is an example of some of the world-class entertainers that they have on the main stage. Holland America has just announced a new show, and I'm hoping it will be on the ship. I think it will be. It's debuting very soon. It's a dance show. It's called Fosse Verdon, and it is going to have dancers perform a lot of the classic choreography of Bob Fosse and his wife and sometime collaborator Gwen Verdon. So I'm very excited that that show is debuting. Holland America is known for their amazing service. Their crew are so polished and willing to serve and always helpful. One of the reasons that we have a lot of older people that will cruise Holland America is they might have mobility issues, maybe with a walker or a wheelchair. And I had a client, he was on the 28-night cruise with us in Alaska. And he had a couple of cruises booked that were kind of back to back, and they were going to be different, but they were going to have to go from their one ship and then fly the same day to get on another ship. And they were a little nervous. It was a lot of movement because his wife is using a walker. He ended up canceling those two cruises and booking our 35-night Holland America cruise because, in his words, once we're on the ship, they take such good care of us that Mary does really well. So I thought that was such a great testimony to the service that they have. And it's not just caring for older people who have mobility issues. It also, and I'm going to go to the next slide, it is taking care of kids. We did a 28-night transatlantic with our very good friend Michael and his 4-year-old son. And we noticed that he was filling up on bread. So we asked if we could get crudités delivered to the table so he would eat vegetables while he was waiting for his meal. And we thought, oh, they're not going to do that right. This was waiting on our table, not the apples, the crudités were waiting on our table every night when we came in for dinner. And it made it so special. So now we ask for this all the time because we don't want to fill up on bread. We want to eat our veggies. So they'll do that. And then I have the picture of the candy apples because on some of their longer cruises, Holland America does this thing it's called like the county fair, and they have carnival food, like candy apples and popcorn and fried chicken, and you play little games and stuff. And they don't do that on every cruise, but it just shows that they really like to step outside of the box and do things that are different. We had an Oktoberfest when we were in Germany on this cruise. They had a big German Papa band come on the ship, play live music for us. They had the tables all set with the blue and white checkerboard, and all the crew, no matter where they were from, most of them were Filipino and Indonesian. They're wearing lederhosen and German costumes. Holland America really does a lot of fun themed events. So that's all part of their service, making sure that you're having a great time on the ship. This is on one of their Pinnacle class ships. So those are 2 Pinnacle class ships. They look pretty big, but they only carry about 2,500 passengers. So there's a lot of space per passenger ratio. It's very comfortable. They have a beautiful, look at that pool area with the retractable ceiling. So no matter what the weather is, you have this lovely, elegant pool area to sit out by. And this is their basic balcony cabin on that ship. You've got a seating area, a desk, a nice balcony, I believe it's a full king size bed. I don't think it's a little fudged. I think it's pretty much a full king size bed. Or if you are traveling with a non-romantic partner like your mother or your sister or your cousin, they can be split apart into 2 beds. But it is a nice size bed on Holland America. And okay, I've heard this, and I even talked about it. Holland America takes really good care of older people. But are you going to have fun on Holland America? It is lively. It is fun. We have a great time. We love listening to the live music and interacting with the entertainers. Sometimes we'd skip dinner and go have pizza and cocktails out by the pool. Sometimes we would go and listen to the live music. So there's always something to do. And you're only as old. I mean, age is a state of mind. So if you want to stay up and have a good time every night, or you want to go to bed because you got an excursion the next day, you can do both of those things on Holland America. A lot is already included with the basic price of your Holland America cruise. Of course, your accommodations, you get that wonderful fine dining in the main dining room. You get all those different casual places. They have a great gym with cardio and strength equipment. They've got, movies in your room or in the theater, cooking demonstrations, sports. They have pickleball courts on the ship, dance lessons, line dancing, enrichment lectures, and room services included in the price of your cruise, and your standard beverages, juice, tea, brewed coffee, ice water. They even have an afternoon tea in the Lido Marketplace, where you can go get little light snacks in the afternoon. Wonderful, wonderful experience on board the ship. They do not have self-service laundry on this ship, but have no fear. It is a 2-week cruise. You might want to send laundry out so you can pack a little bit less. You can buy the unlimited laundry package for $8.50 a day. It's worth it. I have to tell you, take $8.50 times 14.
850
It's
per
worth it.
cabin, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to buy it per person. You just fill up that laundry bag, send it out. You don't have to pack a whole lot of clothes. You probably could pack 2 weeks worth of clothes, but if you want to rewear something and be able to wash it, this is a great, great plan to be on. So we are still having to have it all early booking bonus. Now, you can always choose with Holland America to book with or without this. So even if you're booking direct and they're promoting this all over their webpage, there's always an option booking direct to do the no perk rate with Holland America. But when it's the early booking bonus, and it's worth I think it's worth more than $126 by the time you add it up. It's $126 value per person per day, and you only pay $60 per person per day. So you got to do the math. You get free prepaid gratuities. So that's $18 per person per day, right there. You get this money towards your shore excursion. So $200 of shore excursion credit. You get the elite beverage package, the premium Wi-Fi, and 2 nights of specialty dining. You add up the numbers and it just makes sense to book it this way. But some people just want to look at that bottom line and think, oh, maybe I won't drink that much. I don't need the Wi-Fi. So you could always book it without that. So I'm going to show you how the different ways you can book Holland America. So again, you can book it with the no perk advantage rate or the early booking bonus, and that's Holland America Direct. So that's one way. Okay. Then you can book it at our promotional rate. Our promotional rates don't include the have it all yet. So they're like the advantage rates, but they're lower. They're lower than those rates. And then you add the have it all for $60 per person per day to our group rates. And you still have a savings of $7.50 to $11.20 per person. It is an amazing savings because the pricing, I locked it in when we took out our group a year ago, and it's gone up since then. So if you're looking to book now, this is a great time to book because we still got those early booking rates is basically. So I just grabbed 2 different categories. We have lots of different categories. I'll show you that in a different chart, but I wanted to show you the difference. So the no perk rate direct with Holland America is $49.49 per person. The have it all plus is $57.89. Our CruiseOne price is $37.59 with no perks. And then you add that and it's $45.99. So you have an $11.90 savings per person. And then of course you have similar savings, $520 per person for the ocean view. And my next slide is going to show all the different categories that we do have available. There are suites, there are balcony cabins, there's even some inside cabins. So some people who are on a little bit more of a budget, they can do an inside cabin on this 14-day European cruise for $5,078. And then you would
Those
add
are those
the,
are cabin prices for two people,
those are cabin
not per
prices,
person.
not per person. Yeah, prices are per cabin based on double occupancy. And there's a couple of them. I do have a few single guests that are booked into this. You do pretty much pay the double occupancy price if you're a solo traveler, minus one set of taxes. But the beauty is if you add the have it all, you only pay the have it all for one person. So you're not paying for have it all for two people. So it does end up saving you money over booking a double occupancy. And but there's more. There's more. So we have a special deal just for people who book into our group, and it is 2 additional complimentary specialty dining experiences. So you get the Pinnacle Grill lunch on a sea day. And I was thinking for the longest time, I couldn't remember that that was a really modified menu of sandwiches and stuff. No, the steaks are on there. I think the lobster's on there. I mean, it's like the same meal you can have at night, maybe with one sandwich added, just because some people like to have sandwiches for lunch. But it was not that. It was maybe 1 or 2 items different from the evening menu. Some wonderful, wonderful steaks in Pinnacle Grill. A wonderful experience, and get together with your friends on a sea day and enjoy that together. It can be absolutely a fabulous experience. And then we're going to give you an extra night at Canaletto. So if you wanted to do Tamarine or Rudy's as your included a specialty dining experience with the have it all, you could do Canaletto on your extra night and the Pinnacle Grill for lunch. So you could try 4 of the specialty dining venues on the cruise at no extra charge. And that includes the gratuities for your servers in those venues as well. So we're not just one-trick ponies. I'm going to very quickly just kind of give you an idea of what else we have going. And we have longer videos on each of these. So if you're interested, go to our YouTube page and you can find out more. We're going to Antarctica in 2026 on an expedition ship. This is one where you will land and walk around. And they're having a great sale at Aurora Expeditions right now. It's about 20% off. So this is a great time to book, and you can be part of our group. We're taking a group to Svalbard, which is in the Arctic. It's the farthest north Norwegian island archipelago. It's completely separate from Norway. It's way up. Used to be a whaling territory and a hunter and trapper territory. You will probably see polar bears from the safe distance on the ship if you do this cruise, as well as many different other wildlife, Arctic foxes. We went in 2023 and had such a good time. We decided we had to go back. And then we're not escorting these groups, but we have got 2 groups with the same company going to Antarctica in 27. We had a good response to people going with us in 26, so we took out some groups of 27 so we can save our clients money. So 2 different itineraries going to Antarctica in 27. And if you're not up for walking around, you don't want to do an expedition cruise, Holland America and many other non-expedition cruise lines offer scenic sailing only. We have group pricing on the 70-day grand voyage around South America. That includes Antarctica. And then we also have group pricing on 14-night sailing in 2027 on Celebrity. We do European river cruises. Abby's joining us in a couple weeks for this Alma Magna. There's still a couple of rooms left. If you want to do a last-minute Danube cruise with a wine tasting program, give me a call. I will get you booked on this. It goes in about 5 weeks. So it's coming up. And then we also have in August, we have some great pricing on the Romantic Rhine and Lucerne. We did sell out of our April group that if you are escorting, but we still have some great group space on the August dates. And if you want to sail around America, we are doing Columbia and Snake River in May of 2027. That's going to be an amazing experience. I've had a lot of clients sail American cruise lines and come back raving. So we decided to take a group out, and that'll be our first time to try this line for ourselves and go with a group. So we're excited about that. If you are interested in adding a little bit of a land tour to this Baltic cruise, we do have a 6 or 7 night Best of Norway through another one of our travel partners, Globus Tours. This is a land-based tour that will take you all around to some of those spectacular sites in Norway. And if you want to do the 28-night Alaska, we have a group rate for 2020 on the Nordal.
We also have one for 27 too.
And we have it for 27. We did this just in June this year, and it was spectacular. We absolutely loved it. The tours that we did were amazing. It was a great experience. If you are a little bit of an amateur astronomer, let's see if I can say that 10 times fast. We have with Celebrity a solar eclipse cruise on August 1st of 2026. I still have fantastic group rates on this itinerary. It goes around Spain and Portugal, and you will be at sea kind of around sunset because it's an evening solar eclipse on the date, which is August 12th. August 12th is the day of the solar eclipse. And if you want to see it from a Holland America ship, do I have an opportunity? You could join us for the 35-night voyage of the Vikings with the solar eclipse between Iceland and Greenland. And then there's also a 28-night Scandinavian one in July, and there's also a Mediterranean. I'd have to look and see
what's available. The best thing about that 35-night one is it's round trip Boston. So you're going to see Greenland, Iceland, Norway, all from without a long haul flight.
I know it's a lot to think about. But and one more thing I want to just highlight is in 2027, we are doing an October cruise along the coast of Norway to see Northern Lights. So if that's something that's been on your bucket list, this is a great time to do it. We're doing it as the 28-night Northern Lights and transatlantic crossing. We have several people booked into our group that are only doing the 14-night Northern Lights. So a lot of difference. Have It All Plus is still running on that as well. We are doing Windstar and Azamara in 2026. This is back-to-back in October, where I will put together for 4 days between these cruises a custom package in and around Athens or wherever else you want to go in Greece for those 4 days, and then put you on the second ship. These are both small ship cruising. As Windstar is 336 passengers, Azamara is about 750. So we hope you enjoyed our presentation. We did come here to talk about the Baltics and Scandinavia. I can tell you, seeing these cities, we did it last year. We loved it so much. We want to come back. So we've got those deeply discounted CruiseOne rates that you saw. They are saving you $1,000 per person in many cases over the Holland America Direct pricing, where we've got the ability to add that early booking bonus. What is it called? Have It All Plus, which includes elite beverage, premium Wi-Fi, gratuities, specialty dining, shore excursion credit. It's an incredible value when you add it, especially to our group rates, which already have early booking pricing. So it is a best of both worlds. And we are adding, just for people in our guests, that specialty dining lunch at Pinnacle Grill and an extra dinner at Canaletto. Italian, I love it. I love the Italian food. And of course, you're going to get all of our personalized vacation planning, all the attention that you need. We are going to make sure that we are getting your flights in, that we're getting your transfers, all those little details, and can make recommendations about excursions or what to do on your own if you don't want to pay for an excursion. So I'll go ahead and open it up to questions now. And I should have changed the slide. It still says Alaska on it. It should say, any Holland America cruise to Europe or Alaska, we are happy, or Caribbean, we are happy to get you a complete quote. Are there any questions about our Baltic cruise or anything else you saw tonight?
Is there not a onboard credit promotion run right now too for us?
No, no, there's not. There's not an onboard credit promotion running right now. Okay. We'll look into it. Thomas, we'll look into it. Okay,
so if you do have a question, remember you're muted, so you have to unmute yourself to ask your question.
Suzanne, this is Paul. Great presentation. Are you planning, or are there any plans for a special group excursion either at the beginning or at the end of this Baltic cruise to where we need to stay a day or two either at the front or the back? Because I'm thinking about booking I want to know about booking the airlines and what days.
Yeah, so Steve, we are coming into Amsterdam 1 day early because we're coming from Milan, right?
Yes.
Coming from Milan. Okay.
And we are staying, where are we staying, Steve? Are we staying at the Hilton at the airport?
I don't remember. It's either the Hilton at the airport or the Hilton down by the cruise port. I can't remember.
Okay, so we will, if you want, we will let you know what we're doing. And you can either mirror that, or we can do something custom for you. Like if you
Okay.
wanted to come into Amsterdam 2 days early and explore Amsterdam, you can do that. I believe Steve thinks that we are going all the way to Rotterdam the night before the cruise, rather than taking the transfer from Amsterdam the day of the cruise.
Oh,
That's
So-
correct. We actually have 3 nights in Rotterdam.
Oh, okay.
We're staying at the
So we're,
the Hilton Haven, the Hilton Curio Collection Haven in Rotterdam.
okay, so we will be in Rotterdam pre-cruise, because we've not spent a lot of time in Rotterdam and have spent a lot of time in Amsterdam. So that was, but if you've never been to Amsterdam and you want to see it, we could get your flights to come in a couple days early to Amsterdam and get something custom just for you and Blanca, so that it's what you guys want to do in Amsterdam. And I know like I said, we spent some time there, so we can recommend some things to do in and around that area. We don't really have any plans for a group excursion ahead of it, because we are coming to Rotterdam, and we're going to do things in Rotterdam on those couple of days, because we're escorting a river cruise before this. And that's why we're coming from Milan, and then we're coming to Amsterdam to escort this group. So,
but we can share, Paul, the excursions we booked already with Holland, if you'd like.
oh, yes, please. Yeah.
yeah, we can send that to anybody who's booked, so they can see what we're doing. And then, of course, if you book the same excursion at the same time, you just know the mode of operation is wait for everybody in the back of the theater, and then go down and get your stickers together, so you'll be on the same bus. That's the way to do it if you're traveling with a group. So thank you for those questions, Paul. We will make sure that we take care of you and Blanca. So
Yes.
Thank you.
Stephen,
okay.
thank you guys.
Yes.
We really enjoyed that. We're going to come up with a list of questions and think this over here. We'll get back to you, but that's exactly what we're looking for. So we appreciate that. And we enjoyed this very much. And Virginia, if you're still with us out there, thanks for letting us monopolize there in the beginning. We didn't mean to cut you off. Everybody have a great evening. Stay safe. And we'll see
thank
y'all
you.
soon.
It was wonderful.
Appreciate it. very
Thank
much.
you.
And this is a good time for me to mention, if the schedule doesn't work out for 26, we're not escorting, but I did just take out a group for 2027 with similar
Absolutely.
pricing.
Yeah,
So
you
this
betcha.
is a good time to mention that. All right. Well, let's go ahead and
All
stop
right.
the recording.